Fossil Hunters is one of those games that is a lot more enjoyable to play than it sounds like on paper. Putting together your own fossils is so much fun. Instead of locking you into some sort of set pattern, the game takes a whimsical attitude towards the fossils. You can put the bones together in whatever way you want. In fact, the game demands that you put together the oddest collection of dinosaur bones in the form of quests. You're a paleontologist that can go down into a mine and excavate different areas to uncover all kinds of bones. As you proceed lower into the mine, the bones available change. Each floor has a fossil blueprint you need to complete in order to unlock the next floor. However, the radio in the lab gives you a quest that you can complete for money and a reward. Fossil with 2 tails? No problem. Dinosaur with 2 tails and 2 heads? Yes, please. As I said, there is no limit to the different kinds of fossils you can create. You can submit fossils whenever you want for money. It's great. The game lets you explore and have your own fun without trying to force a strict set of rules on you. It's not so easy though. There are strange critters down in the mine, and you must always be cautious of cave-ins. The cave-in mechanic is the most important, since you need to be careful excavating or else you could lose your precious fossil. It's not exactly clear why the cave-ins happen in only specific parts of the mine, but you get used to it. It is unfortunate if the ceiling collapses and crushes the fossil you are trying to build. However, the reason the collapse mechanic is so important is because it will cause more fossils to spawn. It's how you're going to be uncovering most of your fossils, which can get a little repetitive. Keep mining the same spot over and over again until you get an extra tail, neck, or head, or whatever you're searching for. To combat cave-ins, Fossil Hunters gives you support beams that you can deploy. These completely stop cave-ins in a certain area. On some levels, they are required to create a path. It's by far one of the more interesting and puzzly parts of the game. It requires careful clearing and deployment. You can't fix all the areas because you really need the cave-ins to recycle the fossils. They make you think about placement and can punish you for screwing up since they cost 250 gold. I really wish this mechanic was introduced earlier into the game. It's not utilized to the maximum potential. There are even ways to avoid using them at all. I would love to try a version of this game where the cave-ins are more random and the support beams are required on every floor. Fossil Hunters gives you way too much money and doesn't force you to spend it on these tools. Oh yeah, there are other tools you'll get as a fossil hunter, a lamp and a bridge. The lamps are useful for keeping monsters away from bones that they will chomp on. Nothing more annoying than some bone-eating monsters while you're trying to construct a fossil. The bridges help you move across pits, but more importantly allow you to drag fossils across the pits. These are crucial later on when some fossils only spawn in certain areas of the map. What's interesting is that the bridge can be destroyed, so you must be careful. All tools can be bought for the same price in the lab from the assistants, so there is a reason to build extra fossils to keep your funds up. Fossil Hunters does have power-ups, but they appear very rarely. There are 3 kinds: mine picking power, run speed, and dragging speed. You walk over a pool of flowing, glowing liquid to power up, and you lose it if you die. You could keep returning to the same level of the mine to pick it back up again, but I just don't find it that useful. Sure, they're nice to have, but there's almost no reason to go back to a level for them. Playing Fossil Hunters in co-op is a blast. 2 people can mine different parts, but if you're not careful, it will cause a cave-in to happen a lot sooner. You can work together to collect the fossils and put them together, but it requires constant communication about what kind of dinosaur you're trying to build. The camera is pretty basic though, and forces both players to be on the same screen at a time. I cannot imagine playing this game with 4 people, since the camera is zoomed in too far to allow it to be useful. Also, cave-ins would happen so much, it would make it impossible for all 4 people to mine at the same time. Also, keep in mind, this is local multiplayer only. Other than that, you'll be working on collecting pages in the journal that might explain what happened to the dig site. You can find pages hidden behind magic rock barriers that require gems to open up, or just laying around the mine. It helps build the story, but as if it was from the point of view from the people that were there. The best part is it's done in watercolor, and it's just actually cool to look at. Overall, Fossil Hunters has been a lot of fun, and made even better with a friend. Building weird dinosaurs is just silly, and the mechanics work well. It's fairly casual, but something about it just makes me want to keep playing and explore what other bones are available. I would suggest picking this up if you want to enjoy a silly game that's a little different. It's going to be one of those games that gets overlooked, but for the few that do find it, they'll be happy they did. Thanks for watching. I'm definitely going to be adding this one to my Steam Curators page. Make sure to follow that if you'd like my reviews right in Steam.